I would want to start with the NES one now that it's out. And I don't know if I would want to do the third. I don't know if I'd want to do Mother 3 until Nintendo finally, grows a penis and finally releases their own legit translation.
I never will, let's face it.
So you're saying they'll never grow a penis?
Nope. What a weird
That was a weird thing to go for, but I did. People actually ask, where do you come up with these random don't ask. Especially, at the end of recording, or at the end of recording days, don't ask me.
Let me log out real quick.
Yeah, log out really quick. Maybe that'll set the cutscene going. Brett, maybe we have some email that we can go read. Yeah, but yeah, we got lots of suggestions. Secret of Mana and the Mana series. I already want to do Secret of Mana. That might be one of those cases where I might do it as a Friday thing, because Secret of Mana is awesome when you have 2 other players to help out. So that might be a great way to be able to do a 3-player multiplayer.
The meeting for the final battle is about to begin. We're going to execute it right after that, so we should get our gears in order and form the party.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Never mind, I cannot do the cutscene without triggering the final
start
boss.
Things up. So let's go ahead and call it there. So we're gonna go ahead and take a quick break. When we get back, we're marching into endgame.
Yep.
For Dot Hack Quarantine. I'm assuming we have bonus content to go unlock too.
Yes.
Do we want to take care of that, or can we take care of that before we go into endgame?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay. So we'll take care of that too, but we're going into endgame for the final resolutions of the, what do we want to call this? Dot Hack Infection, Mutation, Outbreak, and Quarantine series.
We call it the quadrilogy, IMOQ.
Okay, the quadrilogy, I like that. We'll see you guys next time.
So long, everybody. When they first played the world, Drak and Shadow got immersed in the game with Kite. Data Drain, or as Adam would call it, the Hideo Kojima powers, were their Achilles heel, as they relied on it heavily. But Alex would frequently have to take breaks to grind and get more virus cores.
I believe I called it at first the Armageddon spell. The Hideo Kojima powers are just the thing that activates.
That's true.
So let's get this right, people. The Armageddon spell is what I called it. Because that's what it was.
That was my really awful
Speaking of which, so this is probably not going to happen because I have no idea how to make it happen. Because you can't get these things anymore. But somebody actually did ask if we would play the original Ultima games. And again, the reason I'm saying no right now is because I have not seen them anywhere on the internet. The only way that I know of to get it is the Ultima Collection, which I've seen a lot of internet reviewers have. But if you try to look that thing up right now, it's at minimum $500.
Wow.
At minimum. So, as much as you guys, I would love to do Ultima, but here's the problem. You think grinds in this game would be hard? Ultima is a whole other beast entirely. So, I don't know if that's actually going to happen, especially since we don't have physical copies of the game. But now the tangent is done.
We're going to execute it right after that, so we should get our gears in order and form the party.
And I am ready.
Are you ready?
Of course we are. The band's back together.
We can't go back after this. Are you sure?
Yes, we get it. It's a point of no return.
I'll go get Helba and the others.
We get it. It's a point of no return.
Let's begin.
Yes,
Hi, Steve Bloom.
Let's begin, Steve Bloom.
Steve Bloom.
The bracelet was lost in that battle with Kubia.
What? The bracelet is the only method of opposition against the wave.
Power, all now to droplets, and the world dwindles into twilight, just like the epitaph.
About that, is it really twilight?
Interesting. Continue.
It's Aura. When I look at her, I don't think the world is facing dusk. Rather dawn, daybreak. It feels that way to me.
True. The word twilight means both.
Even so. So what?
If Harold designed this world based on Epitaph of Daybreak, then would he have prepared an end where the world is destroyed by the wave?
I see. So we may find our chance there.
It is darkest before the dawn. That's what Harold said. I want to believe him.
That's also what Two-Face said.
So, what do you want to do?
Herding it to the area is the same as before. After that, we fight head-on against the wave.
Hello, Elk. Long time no see.
That's a gamble.
But it is worth doing.
However, it is also a fact that it would be dangerous.
No duh.
Very well. This is neither an order nor obligation. Those who will not join, gate out while I count down from 3. 3,
What?
2, 1.
It's decided.
I have one suggestion.
Like anybody's gonna
Why
gate
don't we
out.
first test that method on a data bug?
Unfortunately, we don't have time for that. It appears we are the ones who have been cornered. Data increasing. The wave. It's coming.
Oh no! Increasing amount of static and smudges. Oh no! Mr. Shadow Blazer, increase the smudge on us!
I just can't do it, Captain. I don't have the power.
All right, so I guess we're going into the next phase.
Yep, the 8th and final phase.
Oh, this is the final one. Okay.
Yep.
So Elk is not. I'm guessing Elk is gonna step in and ask us not to take care of this horribly giant peanut.
No, he's not. Corbenik, the Rebirth. It's not a peanut, it's a seed.
It looks like a peanut. And now I'm hungry.
Alright, here we go.
Everybody gives me crap. It's like, you're totally making fun of this game, you don't like it. No, it's just... Dude, I do this when I play RPGs, period. You know, like, monsters just look like things to me, and I have to make that observation, otherwise it bothers me.
I didn't expect him to do that so soon. Oh! Ow! He hurts hard.
Yes, he does. So this is going to suck, I guess.
Yep.
I guess while we're fighting, this would be the point where I do an anime update, right?
Yeah.
Okay. My anime update...
Oh! I think we're already gonna die. Okay, we're good.
I'm sorry. So let's just go ahead and do this. Drak's anime update. There is none. And the reason is because, unfortunately, if people might remember from previous parts, the place where I was watching Double Zeta, it got shut down. And then I found another place where I was able to watch a couple more episodes. I went literally like 2 days later, and it was gone. That was also deleted, or that was also shut down. So then I tried to do a random search, and a lot of the other ones were a lot more shadier than I want to actually put on my computer or my Surface or anything like that. So here's what I'm probably going to have to do. I think Right Stuff has since come out with Double Zeta, or at least I'm hoping like the first 2 DVDs. So maybe when the last DVD comes out, I'm just going to buy the last DVD and watch the remaining parts and kind of decide whether or not I want to get the rest. I was already going to do that with Char's counterattack, but it's looking like that's what I'm going to have to do. Because unfortunately, now that it's available via Right Stuff, I have a feeling they're cracking down on all the people that have it, or on all the sites that are pirating it.
Right.
So that's just kind of the sad part there.
I died.
I actually need to double check. I want to make sure I'm spelling it right. Is he just kicking the crap out of you right now?
He is. He's...
So this isn't technically a data bug. We aren't going to data drain it.
That's right.
This is just literally a raid fight.
We're fighting to the bitter end.
Okay, so there's collection 1.
But I should mention, this is a multi-phase, this is a multi-part boss. We're gonna have a lot of forms to fight. I used the wrong item.
Of course you did.
Emperor Soul.
Okay,
Let's use the souls of emperors.
Looks like there's 2 collections. Sure. Yes, 23 through 47, so I'm going to want to get this one for $50.
Ow.
This is only available on Blu-ray. So, ouch. But you know what? If I like how Double Zeta ends, which a lot of people are not kind of getting this idea, I'm still liking it. I'm liking it about as much as I did Zeta. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll want to own it. And Right Stuff gives me the way to be able to do that. But, thankfully, we have an update for you because you just barely finished Gundam Wing.
That's right.
I'm just gonna ask outright. It's ending. How did you like it?
The series as a whole or the ending?
I actually just want your ending, the ending specifically, and then we'll get into the series as a whole.
Yeah. The ending as itself, I guess it was alright. I don't think I have much to say on the ending because it is kind of how I expected it. I think it was gonna end. Right, things at the end, everybody would prevail, and Hero would be Hero, and Rolina would still be the.
Did you like the fact that they ended just how they began?
Yeah, I did. I could appreciate. I thought that was nice. I liked that.
So where the first, and people might be a little confused by that. Again, Gundam Wing is out of statute of spoiler limitations.
Yeah.
At the beginning, it begins with Relina handing Hero an invitation to her birthday party, which he promptly rips in half and threatens to kill her. I don't care how Sunrise re-edited it in later episodes. He said, "I'll kill you" in the first one.
Yeah.
That's all that I need to hear. That's what set the pace of the series.
Black Rose, quit dying.
And then at the end, we actually get now Relina Dorlin. So she's redonned her
family name.
Her actual, or her I don't want to say beginning family name, but her adopted family name. And she is now an ambassador to all of to the colonies, I believe. And it starts off with her getting on her plane, which just so happens to be purple, just like her suit. Too many Christmas people. Pink plane. This is one of those things that I had a problem with black. Is like pink plane for pink dress. I mean, seriously, do you have to color coordinate the plane's paint scheme with your own?
Of course we do.
But she goes to her seat and she finds a little teddy bear with a little card. I don't think it was an invitation or anything like that, but it was just a little card. But she knows who delivered it. She knows it was Hero because he's walking off of the plane, and she calls out Hero and rips it and says, "Next time, deliver it to me in person."
In person, right.
So the first one was shocking, and then since we've gone through this whole journey, the second one is kind of endearing. You know, it shows that they have a thing going on. You know, it's one of the reasons that Hero and Relina have gotten shipped numerous times, and I don't know if that ship is ever going to sail, because Hero is just weird that way. So at the series as a whole, Alex, what did you think of Wing? Was it worth the hype that Toonami gave it? Especially since this was like the first Gundam series for a lot of anime fans.
Right. Was it worth the hype? Unfortunately, I can't say it is. And maybe that's just because I have seen Seed first and I like Seed a whole lot better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if this had been your first experience, then yeah. Because that's kind of what happened to me was I loved Wing, and then I saw other series. And it's not like I hate Wing now. I don't. I still think it's endearing. I still think it's got great moments. But is it my favorite Gundam series? Probably not. It's my gateway drug into Gundam. I'll say that first off. But I agree with you there. It's got its problems, it's got its issues, but thankfully, all Gundam series have tiny little issues here and there. I mean, what in particular was your issue with Wing?
I think it's hard to say because it's such a long series. It's 49 episodes. It's a lot of the things. It's the execution of the story. It's kind of the pacing of it. By the end of the thing, I kind of got the whole sick of like, give peace a chance. It's like, okay, I get it. Peace. It's like, it's
Well, you didn't like the whole concept of pacifism that Wing tried to portray.
yeah, because I thought it was just kind of nonsense. Because like these are pilots who are trained to kill, and they're all kind of like,
Yeah.
we gotta be pacifist, man. It's like it's not like the idea is not noble, but I've seen this whole concept played out now.
Oh yeah, because Hero kept on saying like the true goal to total pacifism, blah 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 blah.
You know, and it's just like everybody seemed to like cruel exploitation. Oh, this is a shitty attack. Oh,
So-
not my Mistral! Come on.
Oh wow, that's a kill right there.
That's always a one-hit kill, and it puts his HP right back.
Oh, so it's not only a insta kill, it'll always bring him to full health again,
Not always to full health, but it's gonna
but he's
restore-
gonna get a heal from it.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. But okay, so here I'm gonna challenge your amount of thinking
All
here
right.
because somebody actually did challenge me on this when I called Wing bad compared to things like Seed and 00. Especially since a lot of people compare Wing to 00. Or 00 to Wing. So like where Seed is supposed to be the new modern version of Universal Century, 00 is supposed to be that for Wing. And so in a lot of cases, the pacifism argument, I think, was just a dubbing hiccup. Originally, I guess, I haven't seen the subs, but I guess in the subs, their interest was not for pacifism. It was to right the mistakes they made when they first came down.
Okay.
Because if not for them killing off the Alliance, Oz would never have risen to power.
I see.
And they wouldn't have had to deal with Romefeller or any of the other problems. So they, in essence, created the problem.
Okay.
Again, I can't confirm this, but somebody actually did call me out and say in the sub, or I believe it was in the subs, they actually were just trying to correct their mistakes. Which works because in 00, that's what they're doing. The first season is them making all the mistakes, and then the second one is them fixing all the mistakes. So that would make sense. And if you look at it from that perspective, it's a little better.
That is a little better. It's the same way I kind of view Trigun, having seen it. It's like, yeah, Vash the Stampede's ideas are noble, but it's like, I've seen this already. I've seen it with Rurouni Kenshin, and I've seen it with many other kind of shows like it.
Well, it's one of those things where I think Trigun, like, has different... Always, like, whenever I watch Trigun, I get something different out of it. Which is... I love anime that do that. Like, Bebop does it, Trigun does it, some of the Gundam series do. Witch Hunter Robin has done that to me a couple times. But with Trigun, where I originally watched it just for an action fest, and I was satisfied for that the first time. The second time was when I actually started looking into Vash's beliefs and whether or not they actually work. And I would dare agree with you on this one. In the world that he was set in, no, they wouldn't. There's no such thing as a pacifist world on the planet of Gunsmoke, just because trouble follows Vash wherever he goes. If you don't believe that, check out the movie, because, you know, he is living a peaceful life, and then all of a sudden, trouble comes his way, kind of thing. And that's always been the plot of Trigun, is trouble, you know, Vash doesn't look for trouble, trouble finds it.
Right.
So I would agree with you on that, but it's just something to take in, like, as kind of a secondary thought of Wing. But overall, you did like it, to some extent.
Yeah, okay. I'd say I got some enjoyment out of it.
All right. If for no other reason than all of the dumb that happened. Like,
yeah.
It's one of those things where people are getting mad at me because I'm making fun of Wing. It's like, that's the first ever Gundam series I ever watched. Yeah, it's mine too. But, look, I'm one of those guys that appreciates all of the little inconsistencies that can happen. Like, for example, throwing a guy out of a plane, being able to right between hit him right between the eyes when there's like G-forces and all of that stuff going on, and just walk it off like it ain't no thing.
Yes.
Or how about the fact that the narrator always loves to use the word however. However. It's always like that. However. I swear, they got him just to say however, and then they just entered it into Audition or whatever they were using, and that way they never had to get him to say however again. I'm interested to see what you're gonna think of Endless Waltz, which is gonna be your next thing. People got mad at me on this one too, why I didn't just hand you Endless Waltz. The reason I did was because I wanted him to finish the series and let him have his own feelings on it, and then he can go into Endless Waltz, which is literally based a year later. And so at that point, I think that's enough time where the movie can stand on its own and the series can stand on its own. You can pair them if you want, but the series can stand on its own and you don't have to see the movie, or you can just see the movie and never see the series. Kind of thing. So I guess the next question that I have is, are you actually going to do a review of it like you did in Seed?
I'll probably talk about it in 12 Days of Anime.
So 12 Days of Anime is going to happen this year?
Yes.
Okay. Alright.
At least I hope. I'm still trying to find topics for the videos.
Okay.
I mean, there's a few shows I'll be able to talk about, at least.
Oh, trust me, we can find some silly shit for you to review. We can do it.
Yeah.
People don't underestimate. His brother-in-law has lots of crap that he can review, and he can hate or he can love. I don't care. He'll appreciate it regardless. Because it'll just fill time. And as for the people who are saying, like, are you going to introduce him to Double O next because he's sequeling? I'm gonna let him pick, because by now, Build Fighters is already coming out on Blu-ray. So for all I know, he may want to watch that kind of thing. Or I'd much rather introduce you to G, because I think you've seen enough of the other series that Tequila Gundam is going to look really funny at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's pretty much our anime updates. Now, I actually do have an interesting... Not a lot of things happened to me this week. And one of which I actually wanted to bring up, because people like it when I bring up the random stories, right?
Absolutely.
I didn't get into a car wreck, people. You can be happy on that one. I can already hear all the people, oh, no, he got into a car wreck. No, that's not what happened. Although, strangely enough, I actually did drive... I went out to go do some errands. I went to go put in the groceries, and as I was going to go put it in the garage, my car wouldn't work.
Oh.
And so, actually, my father-in-law had to come out, and we found out that my battery cables were seriously corroded.
Wow.
So we had to just go replace them. I don't even think the work's done on it yet, but... in particular, I actually did have something interesting happen that people might have been able to follow on my channel, which was my office chair broke. It broke, like, with a vengeance. It really did. So I let me kind of set this up. You know how often I'm recording and how often I'm in here in my office to get stuff done.
Yeah.
And so I'm spending quite a bit of time in my office chair and all that. Well, a couple of days ago, like Thursday, Friday, I started to notice it's starting to sag a little bit on the left side. It's starting to droop a little bit. So I'm like, oh, okay, crap. This is going to be the last chair I buy from Office Max. And
wow, that didn't kill me.
Like, because I think this is the second one in 2 or 3 years that I've had to replace. And so I'm just like, fuck this. I'm not buying anything from Office Max ever again. Their chairs are inferior. So it starts sagging to the left, and I'm like, okay, well, I can make this work. And I already looked for, actually, the office chair that I'm sitting in right now. But on Saturday, which is a big recording day for me, big. Like, that's where especially this week, where a majority of my recording schedule had to be done that day. And I sit in the chair, and it literally just...
Wow.
I'm literally at a triangular angle. I'm about to fall out of this damn chair. My butt is literally on the side just to stay level. I'm like, shit, I can't record. Because this is going to look stupid. So I had to basically go and borrow the other chair that we usually use for Andrea when she's recording with us. To which that ended up in another unique conversation, because I moved the other office chair into my baby's room.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously she comes in and she's like, where's your chair? Like, it's broke. Really? It's broke? Like, you can go sit in it if you don't believe me.
Cruel.
if you can... If you could sit in it. I mean, if it doesn't spill you out right after. And so, yeah, that was interesting. But thankfully, I was able to get a new chair. I'm sitting in it right now. This is, it's advertised as a gaming chair, but it's got like a really good pedigree to last a couple of years, which is what I'm hoping